There are many arrogant people in our world who for some reason consider themselves better than others.
I'm not playing with you, my boy. Hey, you hit like a bitch, homie.
Insolent women. Naive fake masters. And self-confident jocks.
I'm not gonna choke you. I'm telling them, man. I'm getting ready for that MMA, baby.
But the forces of karma aren't asleep and punish these idiots severely. Get ready, because now you'll see all the best executions of 2025. Next up, we have a Russian strongman, one of the leading powerhouses in Russia. Mikhail Koklyaev, after shattering countless strength records, decided he could conquer the MMA world.
Высокий профессионализм демонстрирует нам Кокляев.
To prove it, he challenged the fighting legend Alexander Emelianenko, the younger brother of Fedor. Before the fight, the cocky bodybuilder even dared to provoke the pro fighter. But when the bout began, his confidence quickly vanished. The bell rang, and for a while, thanks to his sheer size, the strongman managed to hold his own. But as soon as the pro started fighting with full force, that pile of muscles quickly turned into a pile of crap. Clarissa Shields is a real monster in a skirt whose hunting zone is the ring.
Shields is fast. That speed Jomis can deal with.
But she was insatiable and she wanted more than just women.
They always say, oh, you know, one man can't beat a man. I spar with men. And I mean, I drop men. I bust men nose. I beat men up all the time.
In the end, the Russian boxer, used to fighting bears, saw the feminist as nothing more than a pathetic punching bag.
Jab. Oh!
Jab. Oh!
DKU, a Korean self-defense expert, has already crowned himself as the new Bruce Lee. DK gained immense fame by showcasing his skills all over the internet. However, apparently this fame wasn't enough for him, and he decided to show that even professional fighters can't resist him. But he made the fatal mistake by doubting legendary Manny Pacquiao's skills.
Will that smile turn into focus?
And as soon as their fight started, DK immediately got a punch. Apparently he was very surprised that unlike the hired actors, Pacquiao posed a real threat.
Division world champion Manny goes right after. That missed. Good movement by DKU. There he goes. He landed. Manny landed.
Next, the famous Filipino decided to show why he is considered a legendary boxer.
There's
a left there by... We'll see if Manny gets the tag him and he grips the body.
Lightning fast to the head. Like
good right hook up top by Manny.
Let's go, man.
Pacquiao, like a blacksmith, methodically forged DK with pain and suffering, proving once again that his skills were nothing more than showboating.
Are going with him. It's his legs using technique and having to stick to that. It's exhausting.
Shape and being in shape. They're two totally different things.
Yeah.
Can you prolongate some time? And there is it. And now he's back to DK against the corner. Couple of Manny driving DK.
Oh my God!
In the end, Pacquiao showed DK that his place was on Instagram, not in a gladiatorial fight. This dumbass blogger Alfredo loves pulling insane pranks on random people in the street. But as soon as he encounters tough guys, he immediately resorts to cowardly running away.
Hey, what's up? Huh? What you gonna do? What you gonna do about it? What's good with you, bro?
The latest victim of the dumb YouTuber was the youngest UFC fighter, Raul Rosas. The blogger, turning on his camera, started shamelessly interrupting Rosas' training.
I'm not playing with you, my boy. Why getting mad, homie?
Acting as the gym owner, Alfredo kicked the Mexican off the treadmill. In addition, the brazen prankster took away his sports equipment in front of Rosas' team.
Hey.
Let me...
Using it, bro. You're really testing our patience, dog.
I just wanted to use this 30.
Raul couldn't stand all this mockery and gave the YouTuber his first warning.
Like, you think we're funny or something, bro?
What do you mean?
Yo, get out of time, bro. There,
I'm here for the boxing.
homie. Yeah, bro.
But suddenly, the prankster continued his toxic remarks and signed his own death warrant.
Hey, you hit like a bitch, homie. Hey, you hit like a bitch, homie.
Rosas couldn't stop his rage and almost sent the prankster to Santa Muerte, making it clear that he was not a joke.
Hey, it's a video. It's a video, bro. It's a video.
Next up in this battle of youth versus vast experience was the fight between future UFC champion Andrei Arlovski, nicknamed Pitbull, and 16-year-old debutante Vyacheslav Datsik. At that time, Arlovski was already considered a very dangerous fighter, making the challenge for Datsik nearly impossible.
Giving his other opponent the game plan.
When the fight began, the colossal gap in experience was clear for everyone to see, and Pitbull delivered a total execution on his inexperienced opponent.
Wow! They're slugging it out. Things seem to have gotten personal. And a big kick by Arlovski.
The entire first round, Pitbull tormented his victim, completely dominating the fight. Datsik looked more like a giant punching bag than a worthy opponent.
Yeah, it looks like it because he's in the...
Whoa, look at him.
But just moments later, the debutante unexpectedly sent Arlovski into the realm of Morpheus.
Hear the audience.
Whoa! He gets up from this.
And the guy went down. And look, he's still down.
He's going to be a hard guy to beat.
This is a crowd of women who, realizing they couldn't compete with men in a fair fight, decided to step up against a single fighter. The guy immediately demonstrated what he would do with them in the fight. After that, there was a real bacchanalia in the ring, and the male fighter managed to handle all the women in one night.
Constantly battering women. Dirtbag, he wails on women even after they're knocked down. To beat him up, just keeps pounding away on her until she's bloody.
Chen Shi-han, the Chinese reaper of fake masters. And this time, his victim was a Wing Chun master, who, by stepping into the ring, had effectively signed his own death warrant. The bell rang, and the clown immediately started smashing Chi-han's legs with his iron ass. And even after that, the clown killer managed to land a punch that left the pathetic fake master unable to continue the fight.
Sean Strickland is a former UFC champion and just a tough guy who is dangerous to mess with. But the internet troll was undeterred, relentlessly pissing off the fighter with his comments. In the end, Strickland fiercely showed the keyboard warrior that stepping into the cage was far more challenging than playing a fighting game on a console.
I don't need money, bro. That was all work. Thank you.
This schoolboy's name is Evgeny Kolesnikov. He is only 17 years old, and he has already made his debut at a professional level. One of his first opponents was a 26-year-old fighter named Abubakar Mammadov. Therefore, all the spectators thought that Mammadov would easily smash the rookie. Their fight began, and the seasoned fighter immediately started demonstrating his experience, landing powerful blows to the schoolboy's chin.
Мне кажется, Колесник, что да, вот это попадание
And apparently believing that the youngster wouldn't be able to seize the upper hand, Mammadov began to mockingly provoke Kolesnikov. But Kolesnikov wasn't about to tolerate that, and he decided to prove that schoolboys are worth something too, so he began adjusting the cocky fighter's beard with his sharp fists.
Видно, что у Абубакара Добряка есть перестроить то, что надо забирать очки.
Да, иногда бывает такое, что ты понимаешь, что ты сильнее, хорошо попал.
However, even that didn't make Mammadov any humbler as he continued his parade of mockery. And considering it the last straw, Kolesnikov decided to demonstrate the law of strength with his fists.
Минус большой, что он очень эмоциональный, его можно легко вывести, и за счет этого быть
человеком. Должен подсказывать, что попал, да? Не то, что плотное попадание, которое мы видели, когда завалился.
In the end, the schoolboy won by unanimous decision and forever humbled the more experienced Mammadov.
This is exactly what a family showdown looks like in Bollywood movies. But thankfully, justice prevailed. There are a lot of clowns in Asia who only pretend to be martial arts masters. But the Chinese MMA fighter, Xu Xiaodong, decided to prove to the world that their skills were as fake as Truman's World. And the first victim in this campaign of debunking was a Tai Chi master. Their fight began, and the clown immediately launched a dragon-style attack. But Xiaodong looked more like an angry chihuahua. And then Xiaodong decided to showcase his full arsenal of moves. In the end, Xiaodong showed that the skills of this master are cheaper than Black Friday discounted goods. Joe Rogan is a legendary UFC commentator with a vast legacy. Moreover, he stays in peak physical condition and is highly proficient in Taekwondo and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But this random guy provoked and arrogantly mocked the commentator, thinking Joe could only run his mouth.
Thank you, dude. Oh, exactly. Touch me again, and I'm gonna choke you out on camera.
Rogan gave the idiot a warning, but seeing that he was hopeless, he quickly delivered a dose of discipline with his educational choke.
In 2014, a 17-year-old named Tenshin Nasukawa made his professional debut, and he'd eventually become a global superstar. Back then, the unknown school kid faced Tomo Arimatsu, who was 9 years his senior. When the fight began, Nasukawa immediately started pulverizing Tomo with a ballet-like grace. Never one to waste time, the young prodigy didn't linger in the clinch and soon delivered his most savage high kick yet.
This She-Hulk from the chemical factory is named Gabby Garcia.
Gabby Garcia!
And she thought she could compete with men on equal terms. Apparently, the alpha female prefers smaller guys. Otherwise, how do you explain her choice of opponent? In arm wrestling before the fight, Garcia overpowered the man and brazenly mocked him.
71 victories in her competitive career. And ladies and gentlemen,
but once the bout started, the male indicated her place in the kitchen.
Big squeeze coming. Oh, she does! The rear naked Joe gets the job done. Craig Jones victorious over Jiu-Jitsu intergender champion.
Actors without an Oscar, the main clowns of modern time. That's how you can call no touch masters. After all, they claim
Samantha is going to try for her first time to actually knock me out using just the sound and the energy projection.
But Xu Xiaodong decided to expose them and prove that their fights were scripted. The fight between the no-touch master and Xiaodong began, and the MMA fighter quickly sent the master into a nap. Bradley Martin is the perfect example of the dumb jock stereotype. On his podcast, he confidently claims that his muscles could defeat masters like Nate Diaz and Devin Haney in a street fight.
You think you beat me in a street fight?
Huh?
You think you beat me in a street fight?
But even in a street fight,
I'd beat the out of you in the street.
No.
But there was a jiu-jitsu master who accepted the challenge from the cocky jock and showed that muscles don't play any role in a bout. Then, a gigantic bodybuilder decided to test his strength against UFC legend Dustin Poirier.
Up, ready to go. Let's get it done.
At first, the strongman flaunted his size, mocking the much smaller Poirier. They even dabbled in what was supposed to be a friendly spar, but for the bodybuilder, Dustin was like a fly to an elephant. This bout was scarier for Poirier than even a fight with Khabib, because it's no easy feat to hold down a gorilla. However, the bodybuilder's stamina soon ran out, and Dustin quickly took advantage of it. He executed an armbar on the massive bodybuilder, proving that you can't underestimate a UFC champion. Fine. Look at her shaking like a leaf. Desperate to snatch victory, she tensed every muscle in her body. What she didn't realize was that it was all for nothing, because this beast only needs one move to not just pull her in, but make her cry. In this sparring match, an overconfident Karen went up against Lil Jon's doppelganger. But what she didn't expect was for him to make her get low in record time. Another clown of non-contact fighting decided to challenge a real boxer. Having felt the professional fighter's power, the master realized that the crane style didn't work and resorted to ritual dancing. Then the boxer got tired of chasing the clown and sent him into a state of horizontal meditation. In the end, the professional fighter punished another liar and proved that his style is bullshit due. This ordinary bald guy, having watched too many action movies, thought he was a Shaolin master and challenged an MMA fighter to a sparring match. The pro fighter toyed with the fool as if he was a child, delivering a much-needed lesson. Then the kickboxer found the switch in his victim's jaw and deactivated the poor guy.
Side kick. Oh, and we're done. Oh, and we're done.
Next, this overconfident guy strutted into the boxing gym and challenged the very best, thinking he'd crush his opponent with ease. But once the musclehead stepped into the ring, a seasoned professional boxer turned his challenge into a brutal torture session. All those muscles he'd built over his life proved utterly useless, as he was completely demolished. This fat cow named Mamaha is an avid fan of bullying and humiliating defenseless men on the street. And one day, she stepped into a fight against an old man who was half her size. In the fight, it seemed that the man was a representative of the weaker gender. But after the first segment, the woman, resembling Gloria from Madagascar, began to fight, not for victory, but for oxygen. In the end, the man secured a decisive victory over the brazen woman.
Among all these idiots who think they're dangerous, there are even dumber ones who call themselves no-touch masters. They truly believed their body energy alone could knock out any opponent without even touching them. And this no-touch master faced a real fighter, thinking that his so-called great mastery could stand up to true martial arts. However, the pro fighter refused to follow the fake master's script, as the no-touch master was soon knocked with just one touch.
Merab Dvalishvili is a UFC champion whom Dana White considers the dumbest fighter. But the only thing dumber than him might be the fan who managed to provoke the champion. For this, Merab publicly humiliated the fool, nearly causing him to wet his pants.
This cocky, tattooed musclehead, Martin Soltysik, stepped into the ring to fight the young protege of the legendary Fedor Emelianenko, Kirill Sidelnikov. But when the fight began, Soltysik revealed his true rat nature and shamelessly landed a dirty shot on his young opponent.
Heavyweights, but you already figured that out.
Taking advantage of the kid's shock, the steroid-fueled scumbag started pummeling Sidelnikov like he was a can of protein powder, as if they were duking it out in a phone booth.
Big man at 229 pounds, and he looks very smooth. He's avoiding the big strikes. Huge like a fireball.
But after regaining his composure, Sidelnikov, filled with a desire for revenge, decided to carry out an operation to remove the scoundrel's rat-like nature with his fists.
No kicks. A little bit of that pride getting this better. Chuck's throwing a lot of right hands, so.
And next, Sidelnikov realized that it was time to finish this old rat. In the end, the young fighter punished the filthy brute and proved that youth is no handicap in MMA.
This Korean Karen signed up for martial arts, probably thinking she could fight for her rights. But after this humiliating sparring session, she'll happily retreat to the kitchen and never come out again. Another fake Tai Chi master decided to demonstrate that with the skills he had trained for decades, he could effortlessly smash a fighter of any level. The Tai Chi master decided to challenge a young MMA fighter to demonstrate his skills. Apparently, this master was confident in his victory because of the fact that he uses a buffalo style. But in the fight, the young MMA fighter turned him into a chop over and over again. Finally, he sent the fake master into the real world of Morpheus. In this footage, the overconfident jock messed up with a professional jiu-jitsu coach. First, this muscular fool attacked the old coach in order to assert himself. The master effortlessly silenced the rascal with a combo of disciplinary slaps, then shamefully kicked the fake fighter out of the gym.
Who's the master? You are. Yeah, say it. Say it out.
The next day, the bodybuilder from Walmart returned to his tormentor and extended a hand, but at the last moment, he tried to take revenge with a cheap shot like a sneaky rat. The coach didn't tolerate the idiot's insolent antics and gave him the taste of slapping again. After that, the master's student came to his defense and choked the idiot, sending him straight to dreamland.
Fight worse than a girl.
But the master, showing mercy, brought the scoundrel back to his senses. It seems the jock has a fetish for sadomasochism, and after receiving a beating for the 4th time, the fool finally calmed down.
I'm gonna call 911.
Finally, this Russian bodybuilder decided to assert himself by choosing a guy who weighed much less as his opponent. However, the pro was determined to show that technique beats brute strength. At the start, the overconfident jock dominated with his sheer size, making his opponent look like a helpless child rather than a fighter. But as soon as the professional unleashed his full power, the musclehead got hit with a brutal barrage, turning that massive build into a heap of garbage and soon sending him to work on his most important muscle, his brain. Another girl who thought she could become equal in a fight with a man quickly realized that it wasn't so. Realizing that it would be impossible to win fairly, the girl almost made the opponent infertile. But the man endured the scumbag's onslaught and taught the scoundrel a lesson of good manners.
This Wing Chun master, cocky in his fake stunts, dared to step into the ring with a true pro fighter. And so their fight started, and the fake master tried to strike fear into his opponent. But the true warrior stood like a rock and immediately started smashing the clown's makeup off with his fists. However, by some miracle, the fake master managed to get back up. Clearly fed up with the cheap game, the true warrior sent the fake master straight to the dream world.
You came here to kick a coach's ass. Let's go.
This furious coach was enraged by his own student, who, after attending a few training sessions, started thinking of himself like Statham. But this was not one of those cases where the student surpassed the teacher. If Muhammad Ali had seen the rascal in the ring, he would have turned in his grave. Eventually, after allowing the fool to have his moment, the coach hammered into the bald guy not just a boxing lesson, but a lesson in respect.
Come on, let's work. Let's fucking work. Come on, let's work.
The next fight took place in Russia, where this MMA fighter decided to challenge a teenager to a brutal showdown, thinking that he would easily defeat him. And when their fight began, the more experienced fighter immediately started aggressively attacking his young opponent as if he were a bottle of vodka. However, the rookie immediately began using his hands to prove that he shouldn't be underestimated because of his young age. In the end, the kid won and proved that he shouldn't be underestimated just because he can't buy beer at the supermarket.
Look at this rat queen. Hitting a police officer is worse than hitting an impudent woman. That's the way it should be for this disobedient scumbag.
Blinded by years of practicing his cheap tricks, the Tai Chi master foolishly believed he could take down the young Thai fighter. But as soon as the fight started, the young pro immediately proved that his tricks were useless in a real fight. Then, the real fighter pinned the pathetic acrobat to the ropes like a scared little rodent and started executing his brutal punches.
This cocky alcoholic stood in the middle of the bar aisle, blocking the way for everyone. Joe Schilling, a pro fighter who knocks out anyone who gets in his way, was one of the bystanders. brazen man, instead of apologizing, insulted the calm fighter. Schilling brutally smashed the idiot's head with a sledgehammer, having done more than any alcohol recovery center ever could.
This young TikToker's name is Danya Malokin, and he decided to make his debut in the ring to gather not only thousands of likes, but also thousands of spectators in the arena. And his first opponent was the more experienced Ajmal Khan. Their fight began, and Khan's face seemed to turn into a lightning rod for the fists of young Malokin.
Going downstairs, stabbing to the body. Big right hand from Danya, set down on that one.
Time and time again, the TikToker proved that he could not only collect millions of likes, but also deliver fierce combos.
Danya, Khan with a decent right cross, overhand right to left hook to uppercut.
And just moments later, the kid unleashed a machine gun barrage on the older Khan, forcing the ref to stop this beating of a pensioner.
Winds up the right hand to left hook. Khan gets clobbered again. It's good night, Irene.
In the end, Malokin won and showed what TikTokers are capable of. Malokin has also challenged Sigma. Leave your predictions for the outcome of the match in the comments.
A girl inspired by the movie $1 Million Baby believed in herself by stepping out against a man, and here's what happened next. A woman got too cocky and publicly humiliated her boyfriend, thinking that she could do whatever she wanted. But the man lives according to the principle. If a female hits, she automatically acquires the status of a sparring partner.
It turned out that the tours of the fake masters hadn't just spread across China, they had gone viral and reached the lands of Kazakhstan as well.
Stop!
And the next clown of martial arts was Samaljan Askarovich, who dreamed of becoming the next Bruce Lee. Monday, this legend's deepfake faced Hanata, a man determined to rid his homeland of filthy clowns pretending to be pros. As soon as the fight started, the fake master pounced recklessly at the real fighter. But soon the clown was dragged into the deep waters of Hanata. They got lifted back, but Hanata wasn't satisfied. He sent the clown back to the bottom of the canvas and choked him out.
This out-of-control Neanderthal behaved arrogantly in the store. But when the caped man made a remark to the jerk, the primate's mind was blown. But the caped man turned out to be an MMA fighter and instantly knocked out the lowlife, giving everyone peace in the store. Andrew Bjornsson became famous for his unimaginable strength and the physique of an ancient Greek god. Apparently, along with his immense strength, he had gained immense self-confidence.
Don't fucking mess with me.
He had the audacity to disrespect none other than Conor McGregor himself.
I seen you work a little bit with McGregor.
McGregor?
Yeah.
There was a time where I had to grab with him, where I felt like I can crush this guy.
However, by challenging UFC fighter Gunnar Nelson, the jock had no idea he was signing his own death warrant. The moment the fight began, the jiu-jitsu black belt wasted no time showing the steroid idiot the full range of his techniques. He coiled his limb around him like an anaconda, almost ripping the giant's arm clean off. In the end, the pro fighter brutally punished the bodybuilder, showing him that muscles don't matter in a real fight. This chemically enhanced bubble named Bob Sapp not only had a reputation as a dirty rat, but even dared to challenge the great Mike Tyson.
Hey, let me call you Kid Dynamite. You mess with me, I'll put your fuse out.
With every opponent weighing less than his steroid-pumped ass, it's no wonder his ego skyrocketed after each easy win. This time, Sap was up against a real-life Chinese panda in human form, a fighter named Aorajili. The cocky jock clearly underestimated the heavyset fighter, and before the fight even started, he arrogantly threatened the Celestial Warrior, even attacking him in his overconfidence.
Versus Aorajili, Changsha, China, Road FC 32, July 2nd. Victory never tasted so sweet.
Once the referee started the fight, it was clear the chubby fighter saw the jock as nothing but a quick snack. Next, Aorajili, with fists as sharp as Chinese chopsticks, began teaching the arrogant rat some manners. In the end, Aorajili found the giant's off button right on his face, delivering a brutal punishment. Mariusz Pudzianowski, a name that still echoes as one of the most famous strongmen in the world. After conquering 5 titles as the world's strongest man, the cocky Pudzianowski decided to kick down the door and step into the world of combat sports. By throwing down the gauntlet to the kickboxing legend, none other than Peter Graham. Pudzianowski had only sealed his own fate. Barely a second had passed after the bell, and the fighters, like wild dogs, charged at each other with ferocity. For a brief moment, it looked like Pudzianowski was treating Peter like an additional protein snack in his diet. Once back on his feet, Graham dove in like a hawk. Eventually, he sent the jock to the Phantom Zone, showing once again that in a fight, it's skill, not strength, that truly counts. This Russian bodybuilder, Mikhail Sidorichev, tipping the scales at 150 kilograms, had the audacity to challenge a schoolboy named Kanamir. Underestimating the young boy, Mikhail arrogantly started taunting him, thinking he could get away with it. Their fight resembled a duel between a grandfather and his grandson. As soon as the bell rang, it was clear to everyone that Kanamir wasn't just aiming for victory. He wanted to rip the arrogant scumbag's hand off. In the end, he gave the cocky giant a brutal lesson, leaving him forever humbled. Remember that clown who got a brutal lesson from the jiu-jitsu master? Clearly, he never learns from his mistakes. This time, the overconfident fool walked into the boxing gym, and that turned out to be his fatal mistake. Right from the start, his opponent wasted no time, using his fists to deliver a harsh lesson to the idiot. He ended up brutally punishing the cocky fool, giving him a lesson he'd never forget. This dumb bodybuilder's ego had climbed all the way to the top of Mount Olympus. Clearly, the bodybuilder's brain, flooded with chemicals, couldn't think straight.
Try MMA, the ultimate weapon, capable of killing any man? Yeah, they would never allow me into the ring.
With all his arrogance, he fearlessly challenged UFC fighter Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
Over there. I wanted him over there.
He didn't even shake his hand, which turned out to be a fatal mistake for the idiot.
Best of luck to you. Hey, you too.
Hey, you too.
Right away, Wonderboy began teaching the bodybuilder the true wonders of martial arts. He brutally punished the arrogant rascal, shutting his filthy mouth for good. Lucia Riker is the best female fighter of all time, whose punch is stronger than many of the males. Lady Tyson, not feeling the competition among women.
Cisco Giants in the subplot,
came out for an intergender fight against a Thai boxer. And here our guys showed that women have no place in the ring with a man. In the end, he gently put the self-confident girl to sleep by singing her a lullaby of death.
This fake master, eager to prove just how dangerous his tricks were, stepped into the ring against an MMA fighter. Right from the start, the clown tried to show off his pathetic talents, trained in a trivial circus. But the MMA fighter proved that the fake master's tricks were worth no more than Black Friday bargains. Then, the real fighter, without wasting time, turned the fight into a public execution for the clown.
And this man fulfilled all guys' dream.
Tai Chi is one of China's most famous so-called art of lazy moves. And that's why some clowns believe their ridiculous pirouettes could challenge true martial arts.
Muay Thai World Champion!
And apparently because of this, the fake master stepped into the kickboxing gym to show off his so-called deadly moves. Face to fist, and then the kickboxer kicked the fake master straight out of reality.
In the next fight, another fake master not only lost, but really disgraced himself, because the boxer, who was his opponent, decided to use only one hand. The fight began, and the one-armed boxer immediately rushed into the attack, literally destroying him with one left.
熊城上还有一个
没带全套的，
对的，
后手的迎击，
好，
换拳换拳，连续前手。
The referee decided to save the poor guy, but it was only a delay before the destruction.
好。
After all, the boxer completely discouraged the master from resisting.
太极选手是没有带。
Here goes another cocky Karen. Her face practically screams, "I hate men," but unfortunately, for her, men hear it as, "Break me completely. I want to be humiliated." Said and done, just like this. Another so-called kung fu master stepped into the ring against a professional fighter, determined to prove the deadly nature of his so-called martial art. As the fight began, Shu made it clear that the strikes of this clown-style martial artist had zero effect.
没事，这种只是非常危险的，在比赛里面，第一回合结束。现在这个肖东说：“你打吧，没事，后直再来，要打不还手。”
Then came Shu's elbows, or rather, what felt like hellbows for the fake master. Unable to withstand the pressure of a real fight, the Kung Fu Panda quickly realized that professional combat was not his calling and cowardly surrendered.
要一个扫踢，哇，一个飞膝，需要这种过程。
It was in one of these fights that the Asian Mark Hunt came face to face with an overconfident fool. One who made the mistake of not taking an MMA fighter seriously. After the bell, the fake Master Slayer exploded like a tiger unleashed, tearing straight for his opponent's throat.
我有我的力量，我乱战，这样使得吕刚他不
Moments later, the cocky pretender was lying still, knocked into a temporary coma. The referee quickly jumped in, bringing the fight to a halt, just in time to save the bold fake master from a brutal dose of reality. And here's another madam who decided to step into the ring against a man without considering the consequences. She came at him like a raging bull, but had no idea her day would end faster than anyone else's. And just look at this Mexican Wonder Woman. For this fight, it seems she unlocked an incredible superpower, lying flat at a man's feet.
High kick, Osgood might be out. Pereira trying to make it count. Osgood's going for the takedown. Pereira landing some right hands. Mike England.
This titty fighter decided to fight men, but they put her in her place. Desperate housewife Nong Rose, in the fight against the Asian Will Poulter, punished him fiercely as if he were her unfaithful husband. With her strikes, this queen of the kitchen served her opponent a series of dizzying blows, then hung him on the ropes like laundry after washing.
Right hand there from Suya. Huge elbow. My goodness.
But this Wonder Woman met her end when she faced Andrew Capurro, who clearly skipped lessons on equality.
Oh, there's that left!
This tattooed Maroon 5 frontman wasted no time, bringing the cocky Asian Valkyrie down from the heavens, reminding her that she's a dishwasher, not a fighter.
Body again. Doubling up. Oh no! No Rose in a world of hurt! She's in trouble! All right. How much more can she take? Hands heavy. Oh no!
Left over the top.
Peter Denman in her corner. Concern on Denman's face. And they call it.
After putting the feminist on her femmy-knees, the tattooed tough guy went off to celebrate with his friends, sending the woman back to the kitchen. Look at this crazy scoundrel. This is Sasha Kitrichenko. She crawled out of her snake pit to fight Nikita Litvinkov. From the very first seconds of the fight, Sasha realized her mistake and tried to run back to the kitchen, but it was already too late. Nikita decided not to miss the chance and use her as a free sex doll. After which, Sasha couldn't stand it and refused to continue the fight. This is another woman who decided she could be an equal in a fight with a man.
Man-eater, Figueroa!
From the very first seconds of the fight, she pounced on the man as if she wanted to marry him.
Kick straight to a head kick. And Gina looks for that trip there to finish the takedown and does.
But he put the cocky princess to sleep and sent her to rule in the realm of Morpheus.
Circle out of that cage. Oh! And that is all over. Sheamus Strata with the big right hook to end this fight.
In the blue corner!
In this case, the young wrestler gave the woman a nosedive for free and landed in doggy style. Even official fights weren't without equal fights.
I could be wrong here.
This smug woman thought she could overpower a man in the ring. This booby boxer's name is Joni Laurer. One day, after putting on boxing gloves instead of dishwashing gloves, she decided to challenge Joe Buttafogo. Thinking that the chubby guy could only watch TV, lie on the couch, and drink beer, the queen of the laundry decided to teach him a lesson. Little did she know, this guy watched How to Hit Women in the Ring tutorials every day, and from the very first minute, he began showcasing his academic skills in the fight. Joe, throwing punches into her face like clothes into a washing machine, waited for a reply from Joanna, but all he got was the bell marking the end of the round. After receiving clear instructions from her husband on the fight tactics, Joanna confidently forgot everything. For this, Joe quickly gave the desperate housewife a face makeup with his fists, then knocked her down. Realizing she had to cook dinner for the family, Joanna decided to stop fighting. And Joe took the win and went to watch TV while lying on the couch and drinking a beer. And in this MMA India fight, the sister decided to punish her stepbrother. Stepping out to the fight against Manjeet, Monica was sure that she would punish her stepbrother harshly as long as her parents didn't see it happen. But a Superman punch from Pajit Majid at the start of the round made her reconsider her decision.
Back position for Monica.
Monica didn't suspect that the noises from his room at night were the sounds of his relentless training for their upcoming fight. At the end of the fight, Monica realized she would have rather been stuck in the washing machine than step out to fight her stepbrother. This Asian guy was attacked by the boss of the lesbian mafia. This humble Asian accepted the challenge from the mannish cow named Tatiana and stepped into the pen to face her. After overdosing on steroids, Tatiana charged at Jet Li's relative with her strikes, but she didn't expect the smiling guy to return the favor. With his accurate punches, this fighter from the East made the testosterone guardian realize that standing at the stove is a beautiful thing. In the second round, he hit this She-Hulk so hard, she was gonna need a Tampax for her mouth as well. In yet another match between a fake master and a real fighter, the MMA fighter ended up playing the role of One Punch Man.
This cocky Wing Chun master, confident in his years of experience, thought he could easily take down the young Thai fighter. As the bell rang, the clown immediately pounced on young fighter, throwing punches that hit nothing but air. Next, the clown began showing off his acrobatic moves. However, the Thai fighter, unwilling to drag out this comedy show, unleashed a barrage of brutal punches on the fake master, leaving him unable to continue the fight. Here, yet another kung fu master stepped into the ring against a professional fighter, eager to prove the deadly power of his ancient Chinese clowning. But luck wasn't on his side. His opponent was Xu Xiaodong, an MMA fighter set on teaching fake masters the brutal truths of the real world with his fists. As the fight started, Xiaodong proved that the so-called master's punches were nothing more than a cocky pose. Then Xiaodong unleashed his elbows, with each shot landing like a hellbow. In the end, broken by the professional's onslaught, the theatrical master realized he had no place in serious fights and surrendered like a coward. The next idiot, eager to show off his skills, was a Wing Chun master who faced a Thai fighter in the ring. The bell rang, and the Thai fighter made it clear that the skills of this fake master were as fake as the Truman Show. And so, in the very first round, the pro landed a brutal high kick, sending the clown's soul straight into oblivion. Blinded by his own cockiness, this Tai Chi master believed that no one could beat him. Relying on his years of experience, he called out a young challenger to face him in the ring. The fight started, and the fake master rushed to show off his bullshido. Fed up with the show, the true gladiator set out on his mission to eliminate the scoundrel. In the end, the pathetic fake master couldn't drag out this bang, and the young boxer forced him to pay in blood.
第二，他被击中拳头之后，也不会对他造成伤害，那你怎么取胜？比如说一个人崴脚了，并不是。
This cocky Win Chun master dared to challenge a pro boxer. As the fight started, the fake master immediately rushed forward, eager to show off his pathetic spectacle. But that wasn't enough. One punch from the boxer sent the clown straight to the dream world. With that, the pro proved that real fighters should never be underestimated.
Andrew Tate is one of the most controversial people on the internet, who has gone from destroying opponents in the ring to destroying women in debates.
Reasonable balance.
Naturally, such a figure has an army of haters, and one of them challenged the former kickboxer to a fight, confirming his lack of intelligence. In the end, Tate thoroughly beat the fool and left him no chance of survival, turning the hater into a laughingstock.
You give me the fight. My skill level is better. I never back down, man. Damn. Hey, underarms closed. Hey. Just jumped over Messi.
He arrogantly claimed,
Nobody can beat me here in boxing.
Nobody can beat me here in boxing.
Okay.
but UFC veteran Dan Hooker was close by, eager to put his speed to the test.
All right, man, let's get this right, man. Come on, let's go.
Right from the start, Hooker's hooks gave Speed a masterclass in speedy falling. They called him Speed, but in the cage, he was slow.
You are righty! You are righty, huh?
Dan enjoyed every second of teaching this cocky fool a painful lesson until the very end of the fight. This piece of trash hits the gym, offering friendly sparring sessions to regular folks. But the moment they agree, this sneaky rat starts brutally attacking them. And that's probably why Charlie Zelenov, full of overconfidence, called out Deontay Wilder for a fight.
Deontay Wilder, big professional actor. If I hit you with my power, you spit your gum short out and you spit every single tooth out, motherfucker. You're a fucking bum. Let's meet up right now. Come to LA, I'm the champion. You're a fucking bum. You're a joke.
But right from the start, Deontay sent him running into a life of chasing cheese. And with that, he sent the parasite's ass to the canvas, turning the cocky rat into a scared little chicken.
Get up. You about to make me mad now. Get up. Get up.
This blogger, full of himself, messaged the former UFC champion, challenging him to an MMA sparring session.
Sean, I'll see you tomorrow. Showing up, 245 like you asked.
Sean Strickland, shocked by the arrogance, showed up to teach the idiot a lesson.
I don't know this motherfucker. You apparently do know me, dude, because you've been hitting me up for fucking months to spar.
The moment the fight started, the dumb blogger finally realized he had trapped himself in a cage with a real predator. Sean gleamed like a dark reaper, ready to claim his soul. Sean turned the cocky jerk into a terrified little girl.
That definitely hurt, but it's fine. Where's the elbow?
gotta quit.
Punch him!
Okay, good. Okay. Oh. I can't hit my elbows, bro. Oh. I'm done.
And now, you're looking at the winner of the Dumbest Person on the Planet award because he dared to challenge the best boxer of this century. From the very beginning, Floyd was annoyed by this dumbass jerk. And with just his aura, he completely crushed the idiot's spirit. Then, activating his Muhammad Ali mode, Floyd floated around the ring like a butterfly and stung like a bee. He proved that anyone who dares to challenge a living legend will face punishment and humiliation. Meet Alfredo, the idiot blogger who loves pulling insane pranks on ordinary people.
It's right there.
Hey, what's up, my boy?
Say what?
Let me know what's up, my boy. Hey, chill.
Hey, it's a video. What's good with you, bro?
And the latest victim of this stupid YouTuber is none other than young UFC fighter Raul Rosas. This arrogant jerk loved trash-talking everyone, but this time, he messed with the wrong guy. He must have been born under a lucky star because Michel Rodriguez, a professional boxer, showed incredible patience and spared this dumb football fan.
Vuelve a sacudir con la derecha y se va a la lona el argentino.
What do you think Tyson would have done in this situation? Guys, today you found out that no matter how crazy you are, never forget that one punch from a pro fighter can send you straight to the afterlife. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time. Our next clown, a self-proclaimed kung fu master named Wang Yanlong, made a fatal mistake. He chose not a wooden dummy to prove his skills, but the legendary Muay Thai fighter, Wokao Banchamek.
Muay Thai World Champion!
As the fight began, Yanlong flaunted his kung fu mastery, but from the outside, he looked more like a drunken ballerina. Apparently, Yanlong invested all his skill points into flashiness, while completely neglecting damage output, as Buakaw didn't even flinch from his strikes. But the moment Buakaw unleashed even a fraction of his power, Yanlong waved the white flag faster than he threw a single effective punch. This traditional Chinese martial arts master entered a training gym, eager to showcase the power of his so-called kung fu. To ensure an easy victory, this clown chose a much smaller opponent, assuming it would be a quick fight. But what he didn't know was that this short guy was actually a professional fighter, not some amateur punching bag. As the sparring started, the larger kung fu fraud came out swinging, throwing wild punches with no regard. Using his size advantage, he landed a few painful shots and showed no mercy. But his pressing attacks lasted only until the real fighter sent him crashing down to the ground. second later, to end the suffering quickly, the real fighter sent the Bullshido master into horizontal meditation. This fraud thought he was the next Bruce Lee, naively assuming that just wearing the Legend's outfit would guarantee him victory. But once the referees signaled the start, the cosplayer, realizing his helplessness, began running for his life, dodging the incoming strikes like a headless chicken. Yet, the real fighter wasn't about to let the clown escape, so with a single kick, coated in sleeping powder, he sent the fake master straight into Morpheus's world. Next up, another idiot trying to prove his so-called skills in a real fight. This time, it was a Wing Chun master against a Muay Thai fighter. The moment the bell sounded, the Muay Thai fighter instantly showed the fake master that his skills were worth about as much as cheap knockoffs on the dime store. And so, in just the first round, the Muay Thai warrior delivered a brutal high kick, sending the fake master's astral projection straight into the spirit realm. One of these lunatics, believing he could defeat opponents with his mind power, dared to challenge a real fighter. However, the moment the fight began, the fake master was hit with a harsh reality check. Turns out, unlike his paid actors, his opponent wasn't going to play along. And so, the real fighter quickly proved that this so-called no-touch master was nothing more than a touch-me-not girl. Next, a Tai Chi master decided to test his skills against a hard-hitting MMA fighter. As expected, it ended in absolute disaster for him. The moment this no-touch master faced a real warrior in the ring, it was obvious. His circus moves only fooled hired performers. The kickboxer didn't hesitate. He went straight to work, pummeling the performer like he'd confused a rice bag with a punching bag. In the end, the clown got crushed, beaten down, and left with no choice but to give up. A self-proclaimed monk from the Tibetan mountains, or so he thought. This fake master entered a boxing gym to demonstrate what he called lethal moves. The bell rang, and what followed was nothing short of a public execution. The real fighter showed no mercy, unleashing a savage beating on the so-called monk. Despite getting wrecked, Saitama from the dime store just couldn't drop the arrogance. Not impressed, the real fighter activated full traditional healer mode and started facial acupuncture on the Chinese fake master, one punch at a time. After getting thoroughly punished, the showboater dropped the act and ran off in pure humiliation. This elderly fake master threw a handkerchief at a young MMA fighter. Experience didn't matter. From the first exchange, the real fighter showed that even a rookie can dismantle a so-called legendary fake master. Without dragging things out, the MMA fighter delivered the truth and knocked the clown into another dimension. And with that, he proved one thing: never underestimate the hunger of the young. Another clown, a self-proclaimed Wing Chun master, clearly hadn't been punched in the face for a while and boldly decided to challenge the power of kickboxers. Before the bell even rang, it was obvious. This fake master's only fights had been through a screen. Right after the bell, the kickboxer delivered a quick reality check, showing what real fights do to make-believe masters. Seems like after getting rocked a few too many times, the Joker tried to channel his inner flying dragon. Spoiler, it didn't work. In reality, it resembled less a martial arts technique and more a desperate rat trying to flee the fight. After seeing the Joker's complete arsenal, the real fighter figured he'd double as a barber, giving him a rough haircut with his fists. In the end, the kickboxer completed a brutal masterclass, sending the fake master straight to fake hell. So delusional was this fake master, he started mocking his opponent, as if words could win a real fight. The fight started, and the clown danced in like a ballerina on vodka, forgetting he was in a ring, not on stage. That performance only lit a fire in the real fighter, and he was ready to show the world that the ring is no stage for clowns. With a devastating flurry, he finished the job, sending the loudmouth to the land of dreams, paying the price for running his mouth. This one didn't come alone. He brought cheerleaders. His opponent didn't waste time. From the very first second, it was clear the clown wasn't getting any sympathy. The so-called dancer rushed in and was violently slammed into the canvas, leaving with nothing but shame. This fool didn't fly like a dragon. He scurried through the air like a flying rat. But the sneaky attack did no damage to the real fighter. And like a Russian dad after a shot of vodka, he started using good old Soviet-style discipline. Few clean shots, and the clown was running faster than Mayweather from a tax audit. The chubby beast gave chase, like it was his last bowl of rice, and then devoured the clown, blow by blow. Against all odds, the dancing clown rose to his feet, and, believe it or not, tried to fight back. But in the end, the scoundrel's attacks were shattered against the opponent's cholesterol-fueled shield. Ultimately, the pudgy beast wiped out the fake master, giving that sneaky rat the punishment he deserved.